Hello everyone and welcome to this Yu-Gi-Oh! Discussion video. A good amount of reveals in regards to upcoming Link Vrains cards. First off, a few cards that will come in the new Structure deck. We have a starter deck for Yusaku already. Now its Structure deck will come with a new Code Talker, Power Code Talker. It needs 3 monsters, 3 of any monster, which allows you to negate an opponent's effects, and if you tribute a monster during damage calculation that this card points to, this card's attack can double. Well, its original attack. Its attack becomes double its original attack. I shouldn't say its attack becomes double because that in certain situations can be different. There's this little thing called Dongle Acorn. Level 1, no attack, no defense. When it's special summoned, you can special summon another dangle. You can special summon a Dongle token, which might be useful for some Link summoning. Then we have Packet Link, a normal trap, only in main phase 2. You can special summon any number of level 2 or lower monsters with different names for your hand, deck, or graveyard to zones on your field that Link monsters point to. So if you have, let's say, 2 or 3 open spots that Link monsters point to, even the opponents, if they happen to point upwards with any of their Link arrows, you can special summon a bunch of things, even from your deck, which can be quite useful depending on the deck you play and the opponent you play against. Now, this is something, but there's something a lot more people are excited about. Do you remember, and I assume you do, because I've mentioned this in 2 or even 3 videos, if not more, that in the Link Vrains pack, I don't remember exactly when it'll be released, but that there will be a Link monster for Burning Abyss and for Gladiator Beast. Later it was revealed that Lightsworn and Qliphort were getting one too. They've all been revealed. We know what they are and what they do now. And it gets better because there's 2 more archetypes. Hieratic and Crystron. 6 archetypes. Already existing archetypes getting Link monsters. The images aren't very clear here, they're quite small, so we're actually just going to switch to the wiki for the Link Vrains pack because the information is there as well. Gladiator Beast Dragacius. I haven't actually seen their effects yet, so let's take a look. This is what it looks like. Unfortunately, there's no bigger image as of yet, but hopefully soon that will be the case so we can see it better. This does look pretty cool though. I like its armor. Alright, 2000 attack. It's a Link 2 monster with arrows to bottom left and bottom right. That's, I believe, what's the case with all of them, bottom left and bottom right. And one of them, I think, is a Link 3 with also a Link arrow pointing upwards. 2 Gladiator Beast monsters. If your Gladiator Beast monster attacks, it cannot be destroyed by that battle. Also, your opponent's cards and effects cannot be activated until the end of the damage step. So that's a semi-Waboku. Like, the damage is still there, but can't be destroyed by battle, which almost ensures that, you can do your shuffling back to the deck, summon a new one. And because they can't use cards and effects until the end of the damage step, things like Mirror Force will not be getting in your way either to destroy you. At the end of the battle phase, if this card battled, you can return it to the extra decks, or summon 2 Gladiator Beast monsters with different names from your deck. You can only use this once per turn. So the potential is there to Link summon this thing, attack with it. At the end of the battle phase, you bring out 2 other things. Which you can then, obviously, because it's only at the end of the battle phase, you can't keep on attacking with them, keep on shuffling, because that'd be too broken for Gladiator Beast. That's likely what the creator saw when they created the Gladiator Beast's thing. But this way you can bring out 2 new things. So this is interesting. I like the idea of, not being able to destroy the battle and can be activated until the end of the damage step. And just because it's a Link monster, it allows for the fusions to be easier as well, because otherwise it's just 1 fusion and that's it. And potentially you want more, especially if you want to use some of the other new Gladiator Beast support that came from the end of Arc 5. That's quite a nice monster for Gladiator Beast, I like it. Next up we have Kyrios, Dominion of the Lightsworn, the only Link 3 among them, I do believe. A warrior, looks like a priest of some kind. Bottom left, bottom right, and up Link arrows. 3 monsters with the same attribute, but different types. So note this doesn't have to be in Lightsworn. They all have to have the same attribute, but all different types, which Lightsworn can definitely do. If this face-up card is destroyed by battle or leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect while its owner controls it, you can trigger one card in your graveyard, add it to your hand. So they can be Punishment Dragon, Judgment Dragon, Charge of the Light Brigade, Raigeki, any card, as long as it's in the graveyard. You can only use each of the following effects of Kyrios Dominion of the Lightsworm once per turn. Once you guys link summon, you can send one card from your deck to the graveyard. You could choose, so you can set something up for just either a light or a dark for something like BLS Envoy. You can send a specific Lightsworn to help with Judgment Dragon. You can send a Necro Guard or Electromagnetic Turtle if you want to defend something for something. You could send, I don't know, you could send a Burning Abyss to activate something. There's a lot of options with the fact that you can send any card, even just a spell or trap as well, which you potentially can then use from your graveyard if it has, let's say, a banishing effect. But just the card you sent to the graveyard potentially can then be added back to your hand through Kyrios' first effect that we just went over. So there's quite a few potential things you can do with that. And the second one, if a card is sent from your deck to the graveyard by a card effect, which includes itself, send the top 3 cards of your deck to the graveyard. So you not only send any card you want to the graveyard to set up for many things that you can set it up with, and then you can just send another 3. The effect can only be used once per turn, so if there's more milling, it doesn't continue milling. Which, if a mandatory, could really work against the Lightsworn deck, because sure, it does mill a lot, but then that could mean deck destruction could be easier on the opponent's part, like they could cause or stall for deck destruction. But so that's 4 cards, of which one of you're choosing to send to the graveyard, so that's quite a nice card to play with. It does cost 3 monsters, and you get a 2400 attacker back for it. And Lightsworns don't necessarily use that many extra summons, although they do have synchros, like they have a few tuner options. So they could play with that. I do wonder how much this will be used, but I do like the way they add so far with the Gladiator Beast one as well, add to the theme. Well, not being, I feel, too overpowered. They are a nice card to add. Hieratic Seal of the Celestial Spheres. 0 attack. Let's see. 2 dragon monsters, so 2 dragon types. Once per opponent's turn, so only the opponent's turn, so it'll have to be a quick effect, yep. If this card is in the extra monster zone, so not if it's revived, you can tribute 1 monster from your hand or field, return 1 face-up card on the field to the hand. Isn't face-up card always on the field, though? I suppose face-up card is also like most of the stuff in the graveyard, I guess. I'll return 1 face-up card on the field to the hand. If this card is tributed, so someone dragon monster from your hand or deck, attack and defense is 0. Let's see, if it's the extra, you can tribute 1 monster from your hand or field. So they can be hand or field, so you can get any of your Hieratics off, get 1 dragon. That way, return a face-up card from the field to the hand. That could be nice, probably want to get rid of your opponent's card. Note that it can tribute itself. It's 1 card from your hand or field, it's on the field itself, it can't tribute itself. And it says you can only use this effect of Hieratic Seal of the Celestial Spheres once per turn, not one of these. So the potential is you have to link summon this, and on the opponent's turn, have it tribute itself, get rid of an opponent's monster, then have activate its second effect to get a dragon. So, this will be interesting to play around. I kind of want to build some of the archetypes that these things are for, because I haven't used Gladiator Beast in quite a long time. So maybe I haven't used Gladiator Beast at all since, like, World Championship 2011, the video game for the DS. I kind of want to I really want to make Gladiator Beast now, and then use it, and then maybe Hieratics. I have used Hieratic a few times in various forms. It's support like this. Support for older, already existing archetypes to make me excited to play the deck again. So this is good for me and good for my videos, most likely. Qliphort Genius. 1800 attack, once again, bottom left, bottom right. Looks like Qliphort's scout has crashed down and is rusting and stuff. 2 machine monsters. I do know that only the Gladiator Beast so far says Gladiator Beast. This one could be used outside of its archetype. Now I don't see the Lightsworn one really be able to like the. I don't see it used too much outside of Lightsworn. Although, if you have any ideas how it could be, please let me know. There's different types. Yeah, I was thinking about Burning Abyss, but those I believe all are Fiend types, so that doesn't really work. If you could come up with other decks that this could work with, please let me know. It's 2 dragons, so potentially this could be used in any kind of dragon deck, because that could still use Red as Darkest Metal Dragon to summon with that as well, which would be interesting. Qliphort Genius can be used in any machine deck. Let's see how well it can support general machine decks. This Link summoned card is unaffected by spell trap effects and by activated effects of other Link monsters. Can't say level or rank or lower because it doesn't have any. Once per turn, you can trigger 1 other face-up card you control and 1 face-up card your opponent controls. Both cards have their effects negated until the end of the turn. Okay. That's quick effect? No, that's ignition. When 2 monsters are special summoned at the same time to the zones this card points to, you can add 1 level 5 or higher machine from deck to hand. So that would be the special summons through Qliphort, the pendulum summons. All they have to remember. No, wait. I was gonna say because it has to be a pendulum summon from the hand, because if it's from the extra deck, then you only have the extra monsters to summon to. But this is a Link monster, therefore you can do the pendulum summon from the extra deck. Although then, with just this out, it can't just be 2. But yeah, the Qliphort did need this to stay alive in Master Rule 4. So this will definitely be used in Qliphort decks, just to allow some of that pendulum summoning from the extra deck, which Qliphort did quite a bit, if I recall correctly. If you can add a level 5 hard machine from deck to hand, which can be one of the boss or semi-boss monsters, or even just Qliphort Scout if you want to search some more. Okay. That's an interesting one. Okay. Not really sure how it would work with machines. Would it work in Deskbot? I believe Deskbots are machines. Potential for Deskbots, I guess. Let's see. Next, Cherubini, Black Angel of the Burning Abyss. Interesting art. It looks like 3 different heads. 2 level 3 monsters, just 500 attack. Monsters this card points to cannot be destroyed by card effects. If this card on the field would be destroyed by battle or the opponent's card effect, you can send 1 card you control to the graveyard instead. So damage would still apply. Also, this if it's Link summoned, it can only be an attack. Well, Link monsters can only be in attack position anyway. So damage would still apply, but at least it survives. And you can send something else to the graveyard to activate its effect. Let's see. You can send 1 level 3 monster from your deck to the grave. Then target a Burning Abyss monster on the field, gains attacking effects equal to the attacking effects of the monster in the grave this way until the end of the turn. An ignition effect, so they could give Cherubini itself more power or something else, while also activating that specific Burning Abyss effect. You could also just use it for the effect until the end of the turn. I believe Burning Abyss activate when they're just sent to the graveyard, and that's it. It doesn't matter how. So the Link summon a Cherubini would just activate stuff already. So this could probably be used, and they have Xyzes in Dante. They have their Synchro in what's it called? They have a Synchro, so this could be used in was it just 2 level 3 monsters? This could be used in other decks as well. It can send any level 3 or lower monster from deck to the grave. So this could, for now, just be used in any deck that uses a good amount of level 3s. And then this part of the effect could just be seen as, hey, I can help myself survive. You can send a level 3 monster from deck to the grave to set something up. Then target a Burning Abyss monster in the field, and against the attack and defense of the monster sent. Even if you don't run any other Burning Abyss cards or monsters, Cherubini itself is a Burning Abyss card, so it can then get the stats of that specific level 3 monster. So I would like to see this card used in a deck that just uses in general a bunch of level 3s. Maybe something like your Crane, your Mimimic, There's a Kagamucha Warrior potentially, although that doesn't have any attack and defense really used with this. Neither do Crank Raid or Mimic, really. Maybe Giant Soldier of Stone, that has quite a lot of stats for level 3. Anyway, let's go to the final one. We have Crystron Halafiber. Crystron, a deck that I haven't really used much, but I do really like the idea of a bunch of synchro spams. Unfortunately, with Master Rule 4, it is more difficult to do that. The synchro spams and the Excel synchros, because, well, it needs, it does need a Link monster to really play well. Same for Quasar, or just Tech Genius. Tech Genius would really appreciate a Link monster too. So 2 mons, including at least 1 tuner. Can be any level, can be any type, can be any attribute, as long as it's 2 mons, including at least 1 tuner. If this comes Link summon, you can special summon level 3 or lower tuner from your hand or deck in defensive position. But its effects cannot be activated this turn. During your opponent's main phase or battle phase, you can banish this card you control. Special summon 1 tuner synchro monster from your extra deck. Tuner synchro. Let's see, isn't it the case that the tuner synchros also have that Excel synchro thing? Just like Formula Synchron does, where, well, the Excel synchro thing I more mean that you can summon during the opponent's turn. At least during either the battle or main phase. I think it's main phase. If that's the case, then no, it summons a tuner and then you have a synchro tuner, so those don't work together. But maybe if you have another non-tuner that you can just, during the opponent's main phase or battle phase, just quick effect, get a tuner synchro out. That's cool. And then use its effect to then summon a bigger synchro. So this would cost any 2 monsters, as long as there's at least 1 tuner. Let's say you have level 2 and a level 1. You make this. You summon a level 3 tuner. And then during the opponent's main phase or battle phase, you banish this card, get a tuner synchro, which then has to be put in the extra monster zone, because it is a summon from the extra deck. But then for just 2 little monsters, a level 2 and a level 1 potentially, you can get a, what is it, a level 9? Is there a level, does Crystron have a level 9 tuner synchro? Potentially. At least there's quite a lot. There's level 5, I think there's level 7 as well. You can get a big tuner synchro, a synchro tuner, for just 2 monsters. 2 little ones, potentially. And then with just 1 other non-tuner on the field, you could maybe then even summon into something bigger. So where just because it's a Link monster and it has 2 Link arrows, it allows for some plays, allowing you to place more Link monsters on the field. I do really like the fact that it can just summon a tuner synchro from the extra deck, so straight to the field. It's treated as a synchro summon as well, so you can potentially summon that card back with Call of the Haunted or a card like it. And then with just 1 more non-tuner, you can you can summon something big. I like this. This is a good card for Crystron, I would say. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so that was the video for today. What do you think of it? What do you think of these cards? Are you excited to use any of them? Are you going to use them in their specific archetypes? Or are you going to try and use them in a different kind of deck, such as I suggested with the Burning Abyss one? Please let me know. I am excited to use these, especially Gladiator Beast. I kind of want to get back into that. Let me know what you think, and I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.